Hello and welcome back to Operations with Void. I'm your host, Forgotten Void, and this week I will be going over one of the cruisers that I picked up is the Santa Crates, the Maya. So for the holidays in Santa City, the last three mega crates, one of them was kind enough to give me this ship. So, a little bit about Maya. It's an Atago class that was retrofitted, so the turret that used to be here was removed and instead they replaced this spot that had a turret with more AA guns to try and make it a better AA cruiser. But really, they added a couple more 127, but most of it is these 25 millimeters that did nothing. They tracked targets too slow and had too low of a range to do anything during the war. And in World of Warships, they are 2.5 kilometer AA guns, which is basically enough to maybe kill a plane after it's dropped a load. So, AA guns that do nothing. So that's the ship itself. So the gimmick of this ship is you are stuck with the Type 90 Mod 3 torpedoes, which have 8 kilometer range but hit pretty hard. The higher tier ships, it's F3 that gets that's the 8 kilometers, but yes, it has 8 kilometer torpedoes, whereas normal Otago has 10 kilometer torpedoes. So you're a little bit limited on range. What it has over the other Japanese cruisers, it has forward-facing torpedoes. So you had rear-facing torpedoes and forward-facing torpedoes, and this allows better arcs, so you can shoot targets in front of you, and I'll show that in the battle itself. As for the commander skills, these are the ones I went with. We have Superintendent because of the heal and the reload booster. Without those Superintendent, you only get 2 of each. And so you really want Superintendent on this as your first 3-point skill. So the first 10 points are right here. So if you get the ship and you don't have any other captains, it's the last stand, priority target, Superintendent, and then Concealment Expert. After that, I would go for Gun Feeder, then Grease the Gears, then Fill the Tubes, then Adrenaline Rush, and finally get top grade gunner or a different set. I went for main battery reload as a primary focus, but you can go for Patch a Punch, radio location, or you can try building into AA, but this is what I went with. And as for equipment, we have Propulsion mod, tier 7, so you don't get the concealment mod. You have Aiming Systems mod 1 for better accuracy. I have Engine Room Protection just in case the engine or steering get knocked out, and this increases the rate of repair. The other thing, I guess you could do damage control. And then main battery. That's the only thing you should have in slot 1. And the other thing is the coal mods, I don't really see a use for them in this ship. Here, torpedo mod, it's okay. It's not really necessary. And promotion mod, the only other... there's really no other thing I would do other than propulsion mod here either. So, with that, we'll go on to the battle. So here we are, we have a defense of Naval Station Newport. The goal is to defend the port itself. And we have a Podetta, Brandenburg, Allende, Chapayev, Charles Patel, me, and a Blishkovitcha on our team. So no divisions. None at all. We're just randomly in and we're not in the best spot. This is not the spot I like. Where any of the other 3 cruisers, I would prefer to be in any of their spot. We got a battleship spot because there are no other battleships. And we have a destroyer who's taking one of the cruiser spots. And the carrier is in the carrier spot. So, what we are going to go for is since it spawns on the left side, I like it when it spawns on one of the sides because then you can go straight for the middle. And you use the island in the middle kind of as defense. So what we're going to do is we're going to use Maya's really, really, really nice speed, and we're going to head for the center. If we are in one of the other spots where the other cruisers were, we'd maybe even get off some side shots on the cruisers. But because of that, because we're not there, we get front-on shots only. So we're going to start with the Kuma. And the reason why I'm going for the Kuma is because we can punch through the bow. Same with the Yahagi, but Kuma's closer, more likely to hit. And we let it burn for a little bit, and then we repair, just in case they want to shoot back at us, but they're already focusing on something else.
Problem solved, sir.
And so since Kuma, we can't shoot at Kuma anymore, we're going to go for Alba for this last reload. And see, we have with the top grade gunner, we have a 15-second reload, which is already a very big improvement over the stock 16.5-second reload. And that's kind of why I chose top grade gunner. It has a big impact. No, 10% is kind of a big impact when you're talking about a 16-second reload.
Torpedoes to port.
And so I figured torpedoes were coming, so we're trying to slow down.
Torpedoes to port.
You barely take that torpedo. But the good thing is, we have a heal, and our cooldown for our DCP had just finished, so. And since it hit our bow, pretty much all of that is healable again. It's not really the end of the world. It just means we're down to 2 heals. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lock my guns to the right side for the mass. And then we're going to throw torpedo at the Fubuki. So I'm looking at the line. I'm going to aim a little bit ahead just in case it speeds up. But I know that those torpedoes will hit, so I don't have to worry. Now here's the tricky part with this is the rear torpedoes have a bad forward arc. The forward torpedoes have a good rear arc, but the rear torpedoes have a very bad forward arc. And so we're going to use this island kind of so we're taking fire from the Fubuki and from the mass. The Fubuki's about to die, so we're not too worried about it. And there goes the Fubuki. And we're going to repair that fire. Since the mass is what's shooting us, we're using the main battery reload booster to try and kill this mass faster. Because it has high pen, and so it is penning us. Doing straight damage. And so we're going to throw torpedoes at the Congo. And so you see the rearward arcs are pretty bad. So we're going to throw torpedoes again at the Congo. And we're loading armor piercing for the Alba. And we're turning. And actually the Congo's dead, so we probably should have gone that way anyways. There is one Citadel. And so we're almost done reloading torpedoes. So we're going to try and throw the torpedoes at the Bayern. I'm waiting for my rear guns to turn around before deciding to use the main battery reload booster. So I'm going to try throwing torpedoes at the Bayern, but the Bayern seems to be going in. So we're letting it burn. And now we're going to use our main battery reload booster. But as you can see, we're out-turning our guns. Took a big hit from the Bayern, but we're going to throw another set of torpedoes there. The Alba goes down, and then the Bayern goes down. So if our first set of torpedoes had hit, and we had not overlet it, then we would have more health. We'd probably have double our health HP at this moment, but oh well, we're still alive. We're still kicking, and we have a heal in 13 seconds. And so we're going after this Alba because it's already spotting us anyways. It's going to be in spotting range. We're going to use this heal, but we're going to take advantage of our, right now, 12-second reload. Which is, okay, 13 seconds. For pretty fast for a Japanese heavy cruiser at tier 7. Okay, never mind. It is around the same as, the Myoko clones, which the tier 8s ones get 15, 16-second reloads. Don't know why the Myokos have better reloads than the tier 8 Japanese cruisers. So here what we're doing is we're aiming, and so I'm using the lines on the minimap to see if these torpedoes would hit. And so as long as Myoko continues, and we're swapping targets, but as long as Myoko would continue to the same speed as it's going, then those torpedoes will hit. We'll go ahead and throw a Hydro open. We have high explosive loaded because we want to take out destroyers. I want to throw those torpedoes at the Z-23 because Z-23 is there. It's probably not going to be hit. Those torpedoes are probably not going to be blocked. And that will be one less target that we need to focus on. Especially since we're looking at the Kagero there. And Brandenburg's focusing on it. Aliande's closer to them. So as you can see, I'm using the allies that have chosen to come out with me, who have made poor decisions when doing this. I'm using them as shielding. Oh, Z-23 that we aimed at got sunk, and the York almost got hit. So if we had 8.2 kilometers of range, the York would have been hit. If these were the 10-kilometer Atago torps, the York would have been hit, but no, they're 8 kilometers. And so we're using high explosive because we're going with the battleship rule of shells in the chamber are better than no shells at all. And now we're swapping to armor piercing. And so here I'm actually going to swap to torpedoes. And then I point at here. So I'm seeing how long it will take for torpedoes to get to a certain spot. And that gives me an estimate of how long my ship will take to get to that spot. So I'm going, it'll take about 3 times as long for my ship to get there. 1.5 minutes. For my torpedoes would be 30 seconds. And so this tells me I have enough time to get up to the spot I want to be in to take out the Rune and the Nagato. So here we're going to shoot at the Hipper, because there's an island in between us and it's mostly within our spotting range anyways. And since we're getting good hits, we're going to go ahead and activate the reload booster and hopefully get some more good hits in. Up there's a Citadel. There's another Citadel. And then we have our last salvo all the way. And we're going to sit here and wait for the Rune. Oh, we only got overpen with the last salvo. Oh well. We're already at nearly 200k damage. 5 kills. So I'm not quite sure where they are. I just know more or less where they are. And there's the Rune. So we go ahead and throw, see how only our rear torpedoes can get there. So, but for the Nagato, which is slower at accelerating, we can get all 8 torpedoes, even though with Maya's torpedoes being 20k apiece, we only need 1 rack per ship. I was surprised. I thought I'd need 2 for the Nagato. I wasn't surprised only needing 1 for the Rune. Was pleasantly surprised with the Nagato. So now we are using the island here to keep undetected while the Musashi and the Kitakaze are heading towards the base. And we're going to kind of use it to get in. And even if we died at getting those 2 ships, we would have had a tier 9 and a tier 7 all to ourselves. Just full to 0. So that's 2 and 2/3 of a ship worth of XP rewards. And considering we already have, we had 5 kills before then, we were already pretty high on the board with 300k damage now. So depending on what our team does, as long as they don't lose this, it would have, even if we lost our ship, we would have had a good thing. And so right here, I'm running into the island, trying to dodge the Kitakaze shells, because by running into it, it throws off the aim. Especially, you saw how I bounced up a little bit. So now you see that it's not even coming at me. It's coming to a different position where I was not going to be. And so that's how we tricked the AI into letting us live. You know, just dodge, bro. So now we're going to focus on the Musashi, because it seems the Musashi's looking at something else. We're going to have to be spotted to pass here anyways. And if Musashi's looking at something else, then even better. Now I used the reload booster on the Hipper because I didn't think I would survive against the Rune and the Nagato, but I did. So that's why we're not using it, don't need to use it. Also, now with our health so low, our adrenaline rush is nice and high, and so we have 12-second reloads. It actually doesn't feel bad as a heavy cruiser with 12-second reloads. So the trick to playing this ship is play roller coaster games with your HP. And also use the islands, use cover, use your allies. As managed, and we lost a support ship or onshore installation got sniped by something. So Musashi's DCP, don't know if it's gone up or down. We're just going to try and set it on fire. Also, Japanese HE is pretty nice. And because this is a heavy cruiser, you have 34 millimeters of pen with HE. Now I see that the DCP is up. And we get a fire on the stern. So now we're going to aim further forward. And we're going to fire on the rear midship. And so we're going to aim even further forward. And we get a fire on the fore midship. So now we have 3 fires burning on Musashi. It just used its DCP. We have 3 perma fires. It's just a nice sit back and relax. And so we're just going to wait while we come behind this island as well. And our fires burn. Just getting 3 fires and 3 salvos. And, well, 3 fires and 3 salvos. 1 fire per salvo. Now we just have to sit and wait while we rake in the money, the damage, the XP. Just all in. All ours. Are we going to get it? We're going to get it? Oh, wait. the bow's on fire. And the fort. On the one spot that there wasn't a fire, the fort set a fire and stole the kill. The kill that was rightfully ours. And there goes the Charles Martel from the Gneisenau, but it's too far away and the Gneisenau is about to die, so we don't even get to shoot at it. But we cleared off the flanks so that our forces could go to the other flank and try and defend the middle and the other. So by taking out a flank early, it helps concentrate your allies' firepower. Force them to concentrate, because if you don't, they won't. So here we have major contribution for doing more than 35% of the total damage with our 380k damage. We have assistant for dealing damage to at least half of the enemy ships and doing at least 10% more. We have Ray, which used to be called Torpedo Man, for hitting 15 torpedoes, and we got just 15 torpedoes off. We hit more, but the ships were already destroyed with the extra torpedoes that hit. And then we have 7 kills, only 4 citadels, but 12 fires. We definitely set things on fire today. And this gets us top of the board with a very large lead. Since we were out there tanking and doing damage. We weren't tanking when we didn't need to tank. We were tanking when we did and shooting what we did and using islands and not just going out in the open so that 7 ships could shoot us like the other people who tried. And so as you see, our main battery, we only did 100k damage with our main battery, unless you count fires, because fires does another 57k. So 150k with our main battery total. We had 200k damage with our 15 torpedo hits. So these torpedoes really do hit hard. You just have to be close. And so as you can see, Maya is very much a close range brawler with a glass jaw. If you want to do damage, you kind of have to get close, at least within torpedo range. Ambush Predator is another good tactic. And so where's that? Where's Musashi? Oh, there's Musashi. We did a total of 55k damage to 5. So we had 12 fires, but really only 3 of them did the majority of the damage. Well, the others, the other 4 fires were mostly just setting a fire and then, like here, 1500 damage. 4 fires for 1500 damage because the DCP goes and cooldown is pretty quick. Like the Rune, 3 torpedoes. So, yes, the Kagero, 2 fires, 461 damage. So, yeah, all our fire damage came from the Musashi at the end. And since we were running blues, we got a decent amount of credits. And so this is Maya in Defensive Naval Station Newport. Not really well, I guess it's not that bad because we were able to use islands and kind of get in close. It's not the best map for her, but not the worst map for her. I enjoyed it, though. And with that, I hope the person who requested Maya is happy with this and is more understanding on how to play this ship. If you guys want a specific ship run or something, just let me know. I'll see what I can do. Otherwise, I hope to see you again next week with our next video. Thumbs up if you liked the video, thumbs down if you didn't. Subscribe if you want to see more, or don't. Can't tell you what to do. Not your mother. Have a good one.